Hello everybody, this is Cacti and Carnivores here, and today I'm going to be taking all the cacti here out of their dormancy and outside where I can get them growing again. I'm also going to be repotting a few. Right now, I'd like it if this one was in a bigger pot, just because of the way it grows. And then this one, all the soil's just degrading from it, and look at all these roots. That guy needs a repot. And then this one, it's a little shaky. I might repot this one. Yeah, and I got a bunch of labels here that I'm going to go over once I get them outside and in their new pots. Just for they've been unidentified for quite a while, and I feel like now that I've got tags for the Venus flytraps and all the temperate plants outside, I might as well do the same for these cacti. Now the reason I have them in this inside and outside sort of cycle here is because they're temperate cacti. I believe most of them are in desert, or at the very least desert-like conditions. So they kind of require a sort of cooler, drier season in the winter. And so I take them inside. I don't give them any water throughout the entirety of the winter, and I just get them on this windowsill here where they can get a minimal amount of light, and that sort of simulates their environment in their natural habitats, and it also encourages flowering. Once they get sort of a seasonal clock, they have sort of a seasonal thing internalized, they can flower comfortably. These guys have flowered 2 mammal areas. Bit of a spoiler there, but whatever. I haven't seen any of these flower, I'm guessing due to age. But yeah, hopefully they will in the future. Yeah, so enough stalling. Alright, so all the cacti right now are back on this area where I used to grow them and still will. Now it kind of looks like I'll grow them up here, but as it turns out I might actually grow them down here. The reason being is this thing likes to rattle around a lot, and there have been several times where these have all been knocked off of their knocked off this platform here and got all messed up. So I might grow them down here. They'll get a little bit less sun, but honestly I don't think they really care. I believe last time I did this, these guys got all stressed, and maybe this one too. And this guy, I don't think he likes the harsh light, so I might put him back here. Yeah, so before we get them watered and everything, I'm going to repot these two into these 2 clay pots. The clay can draw the moisture. I believe it draws the moisture away from their roots after a while, which I think will work best with cacti because they don't really mind not having water. They like the soil to be wet for a very brief amount of time, because that's how they just soak up loads of it in that small little bit of time. So yeah, I'm going to repot these 2, and then I'll get them all watered, and I'll go through the labels. Yeah, so let's do that. Alright, so I got them out here, these 2 little cacti with their tags and everything. I'm going to dump these pots. Now I'm going to show you sort of a more detailed look of how I'm repotting this one, and then this one will be a time-lapse. So what I've decided to do, because of this guy's thorns here, is I'm going to take a little rag. I'm going to kind of sort of grab it like that. It won't really matter when I got when I'm repotting most of the time, but for the top I'll be using a rag. So let's get the soil. Sorry for the plane. Basically, the idea is just to fill up about 1/3. Right here. Let's use a little bit less. Okay, and then see how it fits. Fits nice. That's pretty nice. And then you sort of fill up the sides. I'm being really messy here, but I don't really care too much. they've been needing a repot for a really big while now. And a side thingy, second use of the tag, you can kind of stuff part. You can just stuff the sides with soil as much as possible to get it densely packed in there, so it works just as well as what the plant was already packed into. You use a little bit more. So that's the plant there, potted up. I'll water it later. Yeah, and I'm gonna do the same thing with this guy here. So, let's get started. Alright, so I got him nice and potted up here. He's a little dirty from all the dirt in him, but to be honest, I don't think that should kind of go away with time with the watering. I'm going to scoop up what I have of the soil, and then I'll clean this off with the hose later. But now, yeah, these guys are potted up. Let's get to watering them. Alright, so before we get watering, I'd like to go through the tags. All these tags here for what species each plant is. Now I haven't found the exact species of all of them, but I've found that for at least a few, and I've also, at the very least, gotten the genus down. Yeah, so if anybody knows these particular species, comment down below and help me with that, and I'd appreciate it a lot. Also, I'm not too good on botanical Latin, so if I kind of mess something up or just sound really stupid while I'm trying to say it, then you'll know why. Yeah, so let's start with these guys. Both of them here, it's going to be kind of hard to read because of the... It's in Echinopsis, Chamaceris, which is the common name's a peanut cactus. I got two of these right here. I labeled this one and that one too, because they're kind of, I believe they're different. They have different genetics. They're not clones of each other. So I'm doing that just for the sake of knowing, making a distinction. So if ever choose to cross-pollinate them, if they get flowers, I'll know that they're not clones and won't hesitate. So I'll just stick them in the pots there. I'll keep them out of the sun for a little bit. I don't think they like just the blazing hot right away. I remember last time they got completely sunburnt. Yeah, so they'll be under protection. All these three guys here are Mammillarias. This one I couldn't find a specific species, so I just called it Mammillaria. The Mammillarias are pretty distinct species. They have these this certain way of spikes, and sometimes they're a bit more circular than usual. And they have, instead of having like ribs, like this guy, he's got sort of ribs down. These guys have more sort of tubes, or kind of, I don't know what you call them, little limbs, I suppose, that sort of stick out. And they kind of expand and contract with water, so they're a bit different, but that's sort of their main identifying feature. So this one is if you can see the name right there, a Mammillaria Iatula, subspecies Gracilis. Other identifiers are just calling this a Mammillaria Iatula, so I don't really know. I'll just put that on there just in case. And then this one's a Mammillaria melanocentra. I have no clue. There we go.
Yeah, so they're all labeled. This one, the only genus I could find that looked like this guy was a Phyllocereus. I'm the most confident with that one, particularly. Oh, sorry, it was a little high up. Yeah, I haven't found the species, but you know, that will probably come with time. I'll figure that out eventually. This one I'm pretty confident on because of how distinct it is. This one's an Optunia, or Opuntia. There we go. I don't know why I say it Optunia. I think I have some horrible reading disorder. Opuntia microdasis, and the common names is angel wings or bunny-eared cactus. I like angel wings better. Bunny-ear kind of sounds dumb, but yeah, this guy, they have little hairs instead of spikes that most Opuntias have, and their common name for the whole genus is the prickly pear cactus. Yeah, so I got all of these guys down. Now let's just get to watering them. I got this hose right here. This might end horribly because of the spray power on this one, so I'm gonna go very lightly and just start. See what I mean? There we go. It's very loose. Sort of soak the plant. These guys, they haven't gotten the water in so long, so a blast won't be too bad for them. Yeah, so you just fill up the pots as much as possible with water, drench the roots, really get them. What on earth? I'm sorry, technical difficulties, folks. My hose is possessed with a demon. I'll make sure this doesn't get in the way next time. Yeah, this one's a little weird because it's kind of taking up the entire space of the pot, so you just kind of have to be careful. I'm very scared with this one. Yeah, so just drench the roots. I'll get this guy. This guy's pretty easy. This soil's already pretty eroded, so it won't really matter. Yeah, so, oh, forgot this one. Oops. Yeah, just get all the way in there. I'll clean this up later. This is a bit of a mess. Yeah, but that's all the cacti. They're watered, they're good now, everything's fine. Yeah, and so they're going to be out here and growing again. When I start up the plant logs again, okay, I can clean this. This is bothering me. But yeah, now that all the cacti are watered, they're gonna get growing again, and if I ever start doing plant logs again, which I probably will, it'll be quite a big one because of how much has changed over the months. But once I get another plant log down, they'll be included, and their progress will be tracked along with everyone else. Yeah, so that's about everything. Goodbye.